Suns or Bucks? Make a choice.
Huh?
Suns or Bucks? Make a decision.
I'm going with the Suns at home. That's all I know. Suns at home.
I'm going with Mike Reed.
All right, Maria's the finals now back in Phoenix, and what a series this has become. After the first 2 games, the Suns were in command, but the Bucks responded with 2 impressive victories, and were deadlocked at 2 apiece. Game 4 featured a rarity in the storied history of the NBA Finals. A pair of opponents going for 40 in the same game. Devin Booker, 42 points for Phoenix, but it wasn't enough. Meanwhile, from Milwaukee, Chris Middleton trading buckets with Booker all night, scored in 40 himself, and the finals became a best of 3. And good evening, everyone, with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Green on hand, Malika Andrews with us as well. Welcome to Game 5. These 2 teams have waited so long for a championship, and now they're both just 2 wins away from that title. Mark, nobody's waited longer in this series than Chris Paul. But if the Suns and Paul are going to get a championship, he has to play much better than he's played in the last couple of games. What have you seen from him?
I've seen a guy that was undisciplined, careless at times, out of character. This is not the Chris Paul that we come to know and love. Take a look at what he did in Game 4. On the offensive end, trying to do too much, getting into the seam. At some point, you give credit to outstanding defense of Drew Holiday and the Milwaukee Bucks. But at the end of the day, Chris Paul understands he's got to be better. He will take a look at the film, being a student of the game, and realize that these are unforced errors. He cannot put his team in the type of position that he put him in by turning the basketball over and putting a lightning rod into the transition offense of the Milwaukee Bucks. What he did in the first 3 rounds was stellar, taking care of the basketball. In the NBA Finals in 4 games, 33 assists and 17 turnovers. I expect him to bounce back, Coach.
Well, I expect him to bounce back and them to bounce back. They were disappointed in the Game 4 loss because they outshot the Bucks from the field, from the 3-point line, and the free throw line. So how did they lose? They gave up 10 more free throws and 19 more field goal attempts because they lost the rebounding battle and they got crushed in the turnover battle as well.
Well, Jeff, Milwaukee snatched the momentum away because of the things you spoke about, but also because of the game of a lifetime from Chris Middleton. He's the subject of our Domino's pregame HQ. In these playoffs at times, he's been as clutch as anybody.
Well, he's been dominant 14-point fourth quarter. The Bucks got to their bread and butter and their hardest action to guard. The Middleton-Giannis 2-man game. Here, Middleton right in the mid-range. Giannis is a very good screener. Gives Middleton the type of separation that he needs. And I think Phoenix, at some point tonight, if this is hurting them once again, will trap Middleton off the pick and roll and try to take away Giannis's role. But they can't let him walk into his bread and butter shots.
Oh, he was special and he made big plays, but the biggest play of the game was Giannis on the defensive end. A stellar job, an all-time great, historic play on the defensive end. His ability to make multiple effort attempts, securing the basketball, stopping penetration, aware and alert turns and blocks the lob dunk attempt of DeAndre Ayton. You can watch this over and over again and still not appreciate the greatness of Giannis and the importance of the moment. And not just on the defensive end, but offensively he has carried this team. Truly being a spark plug since 1955. Only 2 guys, Shaquille O'Neal and Giannis. 30-plus points, 60% from the field. Flat out getting it done, Mike.
And Mark, one key player tonight in this Game 5 could be DeAndre Ayton in Game 4. Had a lot of rebounds and dishes and blocked shots, but he only scored 6 points. The Suns will need a big game from their big man here in Game 5. These finals have already delivered some career-defining performances, some unforgettable signature moments. Where will the next great play come from? This presentation of the NBA Finals continues after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
The NBA Finals on ABC is presented by YouTube TV. Watch live TV with unlimited DVR and more. YouTube TV. Try it free.
We are moments away from Game 5 of the NBA Finals, presented by YouTube TV.
NBA Finals take 5.
Uh-oh, Game 5, action!
NBA Finals are tied at 2 It's a best of 3 now. And the home team has won every game so far.
This series has a weight, carrying your past and the now. And so does a crown that is heavy in legacy.
Back to the world champion.
Turnaround shot in the air. Somebody up there is on our side.
This series has a weight, but a delay ain't a denial.
Paul on the drive, draws the contact, count it,
And this is a chance of a lifetime.
shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
So when you get here, stand up.
These fans have waited a long, long time. Middleton fires away. Completely in control.
Now we make a run.
Biggest lead of the finals for the Bucks right now.
Our mentality is not over till we get the ball.
Middleton the drive, blocked by saved by Bridges.
Side out to Booker, straight away 3. Suzanne, they are loving it.
The generations are watching,
Crowd standing and shouting, we're number 1.
cheering you on. For they are the few that know
Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion.
trophy is only lifted by those who can carry the weight.
It's time for the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns as they get together for Game 5 of the NBA Finals, presented by YouTube TV. As we are back in Phoenix, Arizona, home of the Suns. They even have a new name for their arena tonight, the Footprint Center. New name, but same diehard loyal fan base welcoming back their team. Meanwhile, the fanatical fan base in Milwaukee, the Bucks fans still cheer from a distance. The Deer District open for business tonight, and they hope their team comes home with a chance to clinch a title. Right now, we've got some health and safety updates regarding Game 5. With more, let's check in with Malika Andrews. Hey, Malika.
Hey, Mike, that's right. As cases of coronavirus around the United States continue to spike, we've seen NBA personnel also be sidelined. So Thanasis Antetokounmpo has entered the league's health and safety protocols. Bucks assistant Josh Oppenheimer will not be on the bench, and referee Sean Wright will not work tonight's game. He's also in the coronavirus health and safety protocols. He'll be replaced by referee James Williams, Mike.
All right, Malika. The story has been a part of the NBA season all year long. As we look at the starting lineups, same 5. That was magnificent in the 2 games in Milwaukee. A dominant victory in Game 3 and a thrilling come-from-behind win in Game 4. Meanwhile, from Monty Williams and the Phoenix Suns, boy, are they happy to be home where they've been so tough and this place has been so loud. Will Chris Paul be able to bounce back after, for him, certainly subpar performances? And Booker trying to continue his momentum from that sensational Game 4. Well, these playoff series, there's such a roller coaster ride. 1 win or 1 loss completely changes the perception of who's in command of the series. But what makes these playoffs so wonderful, you go from joy to despair to anxiety to exhilaration. What are we going to get tonight?